What is up YouTube, Scarido here, and welcome to another reaction video. So today we are doing top 10 scariest Japanese ghost videos, and this is uploaded by the Paranormal Man. So I'll leave a link to his channel in the description below, and here we go. Just make sure the volume's up, which is fine.
Hello everyone, this is the Paranormal Man, and in today's video, we'll be looking at the top 10 scariest Japanese ghost videos. I have to give a disclaimer that number 1 may be disturbing to some viewers and has driven people to insanity. I also want to give a shout out
I
to the
doubt
YouTube
that.
channel Megami INE, as some of the clips I couldn't find outside her channel. I'll leave a link in the description to her channel down below.
Her channel's been rebranded, by the way. It's no longer that name, it's underneath like Ruru something or other.
Nothing seems too out of place, but something happens that really catches their interest.
これ電気つくかな。
Okay.
お、つけてみて。何？
回すの？
Right, so they're just
うん。
trying to switch on. Okay, so it did switch on the light.
めっちゃ明るいんだけど。すごいね。そのまんまだと。
Yeah, I can hear the background noise, so something's about to happen. Okay. So what was the surprise then? Or what was the ghost?
There is still running electricity in the supposed abandoned house.
Okay.
This piques their curiosity even more, and as they continue, the male investigator spots a floorboard that leads to the underside of the house. When he investigates, he catches something quite unnerving.
Yeah, a house with running electricity that's abandoned is not a good sign, especially when you got a floorboard too that leads to somewhere else. Okay, that looks like a piece of paper.
昭和3年だって。昭和3年の新聞あるよ。
Okay, it was
何これ。
alright. So it's just a bowl.
猫でもいたのかな。お箸だ。
Okay, don't know why he would do that, but
お箸がある。
もう洗ってきなよ。
okay, so that's definitely the female one.
ちょっと牢屋みたいじゃないここ。
I mean, it's not the best of qualities, so if I keep on looking to... Oh! I missed that.
A pale figure wearing what looks like a white robe is staring down at him with a menacing glare. It's almost as if she's about to attack him. What do you think? Real ghost sighting? Or a homeless person? Let me know.
In a situation like that, it could go either way, but I thought it might have been the female investigator, but there we go. So, number 9. What you got in store?
So there isn't a whole lot of background on this one. It starts with the sound of a dish shattering in the kitchen of a couple's home. While the man investigates, the woman records everything on their camera.
This
When
one I
another
might have seen
outfit follows
before.
over, she decides to explore some of the other rooms to see if she can catch anything. After a while of nothing happening, the couple decides to brush it off for a moment. And then this happens.
So, I have seen quite a few Japanese horror videos before, so I am expecting to see some that I have seen before. I think I might have seen this one before. Possibly. What happened? I didn't even see what happened there. Well, they're running outside, wherever it was. Okay.
Did you see it?
No.
At the top of the stairwell stands a figure at the top of the stairs, and looks down at the couple. They decide to leave the house at that moment, and I can honestly say I don't blame them. It may also be my imagination, but when the woman first started checking the rooms, I saw what looked like the apparition of a little girl looking into the house from an adjoining building. But I leave it up to you. Real or hoax?
I mean, it's one of those things where I've got to look at the screen, the small one, that way, which even though I'm facing that way, to actually see some of it, because the quality of some of these videos is really poor, but obviously in a smaller scale it's easier to see.
Exploring an abandoned hospital. When they first start, nothing unusual happens. They find some old medicines in one of the cabinet holders, and just assume that that's the height of their investigation. They prepare to leave, when this happens.
I like the fact that the Japanese try to hide their voices. Again, it's so bad quality I can't even see what happened there.
As the cameraman scrolls to the door,
Gonna have to look at the small screen
he
there.
spots a figure looking in on them as they finish up. I guess she wanted to make some kind of impression.
Alright, I seen it there because I'm looking at that screen there, not the one I'm actually seeing right in front of me. I'm seeing that small one there. And were they using SCP noises? Or the Slender Man noises?
This next clip shows two friends exploring an abandoned schoolhouse alone. At first, everything seems normal, with both of them laughing off the random sounds they're hearing. But then, they capture something interesting.
Okay. There's a lot of noise. Okay. Oh, this one I have seen before. I think so. There might be a face that appears in the bottom. If that's the case, then I have seen it before. Because it gets me every time. Okay, that's the roof, so that's not it. It's now. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that one I've seen before.
A child's face is sticking out of the other end of a wall with a terrifying look to him. Now, I'm a bit skeptical about this clip in particular, as it's something that can be easily faked.
Yeah, I think it's fake.
The investigators, combined with the terrifying look on the child's face,
here's the thing. His eye starts off normal, and then suddenly it randomly goes wide, but the other one stays the same.
Or hoax.
That one's definitely a hoax, for sure. I mean, it looks creepier in that smaller screen than it does in the big one. I have to admit that.
In this next clip, we see a couple of friends walking across a bridge late at night. Though I'm not sure if they were just out for a late night walk, or to see if they can catch something paranormal. It's a bit strange to see nonetheless. As they continue to walk, the woman with the camera scrolls to her partner and finds they aren't alone.
Okay. So that's going to be interesting then. Ooh! That?
A figure of a woman can be seen by the camera falling from the bridge.
Yes.
Concerned, the young lady checks on her to see if she's okay. But this is a question she'll soon be asked.
Okay, so they just appeared back up. Right, okay. Thing is, using like the Slender Man...
pokes its head from under the bridge and gives the poor woman the scare of her life. Her partner checks in on her to see if she is the one that's alright.
Yeah, I mean, the whole, like, Slender Man style noises just kind of ruin it in a way. I mean, that would be the only criticism. It's like some of the sound effects, like to deliberately give you a jump scare, that makes it less enjoyable.
This next clip shows 4 friends eating at a ramen shop. After they finish eating, they head back to their apartment for some more fun. After they get on the elevator, however, their fun is soon cut short.
Okay, so again, I don't understand or read Japanese, so yeah. If the video is a bit jerky, it's the actual video that's being recorded, not the not my actual recording. This one I've seen before as well. I won't spoil it, but I have seen this clip before. See? I mean, after like the third or fourth time, that just isn't scary anymore.
Did you see it?
Well, yeah.
Goes up, a mysterious girl
even if you don't see it, you can hear it.
the floor's doors and scares the friends. After a little bit,
I don't think it actually scared the friends at all. They weren't even looking.
Catch the same figure.
Okay. So again, I mean, fair enough, but
Again, I must ask, did you see it?
well,
As
it's
the man in the white vest exits the elevator, the strange figure of a woman appears behind him, and the cameraman falls to the floor in fear. When you take a look at the 2 figures, very elaborate hoax. Let me know.
again, with the Japanese ones, you got to be quite skeptical about whether or not they're real or fake, because they do tend to, like, because they know that they're quite historic, they do sort of implement those type of things into them.
In this next clip, we see 2 friends at a phone booth making a call. Since I don't speak Japanese, I have no idea what they're saying. But judging by the nervousness of the caller and the razzing of the one with the camera, my guess is that the caller is calling a girl. He picks up the phone to dial, but instead of a lovely lady's voice on the other end, this.
本当に入れた。マジで本当に入れなかった。ね、
I mean, talk about pixels
手
much.
震えてきた。ね、お前本当やめとけ。お前本当やめとけ。うわー、気持ち悪い。
I think I might have seen this one before as well, but
絶対わかんないから。絶対わかんない。
sorry about the pixels, but that's just the way that the video's been
おい
recorded.
おいおいおい。マジで。出た出た出た。な。本当にやめろ。
I see the person behind there.
音楽の家。
Oh, wait, no, it's not a person? No, don't worry about it.
でもお前嘘つけ。お前嘘。何？気持ち悪い。やばい。うわもう無理だ。
Don't think I have seen this one actually.
A strange, otherworldly sound can be heard on the other end, but these friends soon find that that's the least of their problems.
いやもう出て。これマジもう気持ち悪いね。もういいじゃん。もう済んだしもう帰る。帰ろよもう。もういい。もう帰ろよ。もういい。
Yeah, that was the sound of a child then. Yeah, I have seen this one before. Yeah, I have seen it.
When the cameraman steps outside to regain his composure, he pans the camera and sees some haunting figures staring them down. The cameraman decides to run away, but as you can see here, it was a futile effort. However, this all could have been a well-planned hoax. Let me know what you think in the comments down below.
Yeah, I mean, you can't even see what that even is. number 3.
This clip shows a group of guys following a woman who is walking like she is in a trance. Regardless of what their intention was, it soon wouldn't matter.
I think I know what their intention was, and it would have been awful.
Become nervous as to what's waiting.
Yeah, I've 100% seen this one before. I might have actually reacted to this one in a different video. Right, because there's the girl. Oh, there she is. Yeah. Yeah. 100% seen this one, but it is always creepy.
Did you see it? As
How
the
could you
cameraman
not?
looks through a glass window, an apparition can be seen looking at them. The cameraman falls backwards, only to then show a more transparent figure charge at them on all fours. After this, the 3 men get out of there quickly.
A very well done hoax, I have to admit. Okay. What's number 2 got for us?
This next clip features 2 friends walking through a park together late at night. At first, it's innocent enough, with nothing going on. They're just walking along the park, talking, laughing, having a good time. But after a while, this happens.
Yeah, this one I've seen before as well.
全然いるけどね。
嘘でしょ。無理無理無理無理無理。すごいね、怖いね。
怖いよ。
そうほら。
うわ。
ね。
うわ。どうする？幽霊出たら、お前置いて逃げっかんね。あれ？あるか？
Oh yeah, because she suddenly disappears and then reappears at some point.
あるか？
The woman seems to have just vanished, and her friend is very concerned. He decides to explore the park to find her. He eventually happens upon a public bathroom and takes a peek in there, and while he didn't find his friend, it didn't mean he was alone.
Yeah. I believe that there's like a ghost just in the mirror, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when you guys see it in that sort of camera angle there, you'll see a lot clearer than what I can physically see in front of me. That's why I'm constantly looking at that camera.
I must admit, I was very confused when I first watched this, and understandably so. At first I didn't know if this was his friend or an evil spirit that was trying to cross over into our plane from a bathroom mirror. It's chilling nonetheless. Eventually,
Okay, so apparently the worst of them now. I've seen this loads of times.
So I mentioned that this video has been known to drive people to insanity.
It
So if
doesn't.
you made it this far,
It really doesn't.
Buckle up for this finale. A TV news crew is doing a report on an abandoned hospital that has a dark history of possible illegal procedures done on some of the patients.
Although in saying that,
It is said that
drive
people
people
go down there
to
take
insanity,
pictures,
but
they
yet
can capture
I've seen it
apparitions on the naked
loads and loads
reports
of
of
times,
photos
so have I gone insane?
The reporter is doing an
Maybe.
interview with a man who had braved the hospital with some friends. According to him, he was so terrified by what he found that he dropped his camera and was too scared to go back for it. In another interview, the man said that he saw some sort of a red figure that he couldn't identify. With these two statements in mind, the news crew discovers that they have been given special permission to enter the hospital, to investigate themselves, and to take pictures. Shortly after they go into the hospital, the reporter finds a camera lying by.
Oh, did my internet just go? Right, hang on. Okay, so my internet's come back. I have no idea what happened there, but let's continue.
One of the hospital beds. The camera left behind by the first interviewer, perhaps? She starts to scroll through some of the pictures, and what happens next sends her spiraling. Did you see it? As the reporter screams, the camera pans up to an adjacent mirror on the wall, and we see what she saw. In the reflection of that mirror stands an apparition wearing nurse's clothing, staring with an insidious glare back at the news crew.
What was the point of
As the
that?
rest of
You
the
were
team
zooming
turns
in
to the
anyway.
reporter, the cameraman decides to continue further on his own. It's a decision that he'll soon regret. As he approaches an empty room across the hall from an adjacent mirror, this.
Oh yeah, the doctors.
From an empty room across the hall, ghostly apparitions of doctors appear on the mirror. Soon after, the cameraman captures what looks like some sort of a red figure on the camera. The red figure that the second interviewer mentioned? I leave it to you to decide. Real or a very elaborate hoax?
It's a elaborate hoax, but
And that was the top 10 scariest
it is
Japanese
still an
ghost
interesting
videos.
one.
Thank you all for watching. If you're interested, I also have a gaming channel, Flam Rage. I play scary games and react to other scary videos across the internet. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check that out. I will see you next time.
Okay, so that was top 10 scariest Japanese ghost videos by the Paranormal Man. So I have actually seen a few of these before, so yeah, it's just one of those things where I have watched them quite a few times. So yeah, I will see you in the next one. Okay, so that's the end of the video. If you liked what you saw, remember to hit the subscribe button, give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.